Alright boys, in this video we're going to talk about how personal development changes everything about your life. From the quality of woman you can get, to your happiness, to your self-worth growing, and ultimately to living a better quality life. But before we get into that, can you do me a favor, toss this video a quick like so that we can reach more people and thus improve their lives. And as a quick reminder, we have a brand new video every day at 10 a.m. being dropped. So click that bell notification button, only if you're serious about changing your life. Now, let's get into how personal development changes your perspective on life and everything. Because, first of all, I was once at a point where you're likely at right now, where you want to improve yourself in the direction of your life, but you don't know where to start. It's overwhelming because you might feel stuck. You might feel like you dug yourself into a hole that you can't get out of. And then the worst part is, every time you try changing the direction of your life, guess what happens? You declare to yourself that you're gonna start working out, you're gonna eat healthy, you're gonna be productive every single day. But then, after a few days of making progress and feeling amazing about yourself, you get tired or you're not motivated. So you take one day off, and that one day, it turns into another day and another day, until you find yourself back into your old patterns and ruts of procrastination, self-doubt, and ultimately not doing the things that will improve your life. Now, when I was in this place, it sucked because you just don't feel like yourself. You don't feel comfortable in your own skin. It almost feels like you've been zapped of all your energy and vitality. Now, when you start to actually change your life and the direction of your life, you start to become happy. And the reason is because our psychology, the human psychology, has evolved over the past million years as our species has evolved. And because of that, we're hardwired to seek enjoyment in a fulfilling life. That's why when you do things that align with that pursuit and happiness, like spending time with your girlfriend or hanging out with your friends or going out and having a good time, you feel happy. That's also why when you do things that don't align with that pursuit and happiness, like working at your soul-draining job, you start to feel sad. It's literally your brain telling you that you're on the wrong path in life. So when you continually start to improve yourself and change the direction of your life, you start to become happy. And when you become happy, it changes your perspective. Instead of waking up and dreading the day, you're excited. You're just in a fun-loving attitude where it's easy to joke around. Ultimately, it leads to you just living a higher quality life, living at a better place. Now, it really starts a momentum in your life, though. That's the craziest part, is once you start doing one thing and you start seeing this improvement, you start feeling better about yourself, it always leads to the next step. Like most people, when they start working out, they start eating healthy, or vice versa. Whenever people start eating healthy, they start working out. It keeps building momentum, and eventually you get to a point where if you do this for weeks and you keep building momentum, it becomes effortless. And that's because of your habit. You're forming a habit of doing the things you should be doing. And you know what? Let me tell you a story that will further exemplify this. When I was 21 years old, I was stabbed in the throat. You can see it right there. My arm, you can actually see it right there. Chest, lung was punctured on that one down there. I should have died. Now, I was fortunate to survive, but I was broken and limited, First of all, I was living off tubes. If you unplug those tubes, you literally unplugged my life. But even worse than that, it's just like my mental state. It was so dark. I didn't have any confidence anymore. I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good about the direction of my life. And ultimately, this went into a diminished self-worth. I didn't like who I was. And when that happened, first of all, I noticed I wasn't happy. Second of all, my social life, it kind of went down because, look, no one loves to be around people that are negative. But I started focusing on how to build myself up again. And this is why I know so much about personal development. First of all, I had to study how the human brain worked, because every time I tried changing my life and doing the things that would improve my life so that I could get back to a functional state where I hit my goals, I would fall off my word. So I started learning how the human brain works, started to overcome those limiting issues. And when this happened, I started making so much progress in my entire life. And the thing I noticed was, like, as I started progressing my life, I started becoming happier, more confident. The quality of women that I brought into my life, and I'm not talking about just looks, I'm talking about their personality, was just so much better. And it, again, just changed my perspective on life. It showed me that I'm capable of so much more. In fact, because of that, I started my own business. I'm running a business around my passion. That's why I'm in front of you in this exact moment. I get to help build ambitious men into conquerors who take what they want in life. And that all happened because I focused on developing myself. I became a more capable person. And once I became that capable, I realized I could start my own business. You know, you may not feel like you can in your current state, but as you start progressing and become a better version of yourself, a stronger version of yourself, you will know that you are capable of it. You know that you're capable of going after the job you want, the promotion you want, the woman you want. So that's why personal development is so important, because you just keep building up, and as you progress, your perspective grows, your happiness grows, your quality of life grows. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, okay, Adam, how do I really work on personal development? And the answer is pretty simple. In fact, it may be easier than you think. You just need to focus on building the right habits in place. You see, that's the only thing that separates these high performers like Mark Cuban and Gary Vee and Elon Musk from the average person. They have powerful habits that lead to them growing every single day and being productive. Now, in the New Art of Health, we call this acquiring the mind of a conqueror. And without it, you'll likely be left in the funk of life, feeling underaccomplished, lost, feeling like a lesser version of yourself. Almost like you have a mental barrier that's preventing you from being the man you want to be. Now, if you want to learn some of these steps in acquiring the mind of a conqueror, we have a free PDF below. Check it out. I promise you that if you apply what's in there, you're going to start to make progress in your life. You're going to start to develop who you really are. You're going to discover who you are. Now, look, if you made it this far in the video, can you please make sure to toss this video a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. It helps us in growing this channel. And look, this is how you grow yourself. I share everything I learned that brought me from the brink of death to where I am now. I put all this information on how the brain works on this channel. And we have content every single day at 10 a.m. So if you're serious about developing yourself, becoming a conqueror, then make sure to subscribe. And I want to hear from you. What's a struggle that you've been dealing with that you just can't seem to overcome? Let me know in the comments, because I'll help you get over it.